based on the thoughts and beliefs and expectations using an I am somebody else that's encountering another somebody, because I am, others are. But if you're just remaining with your selfless self, then there is no cognitive processing of this happened last time, this is what I can expect, or this is this, or this is that. There's a recognition in the projection that is my own selfless self. Even though that own selfless self might be labeled mom. You know, okay, this body over here is labeled mom. This body over here is labeled uncle. But again, remove the presence. Talk about gathering around your whole family, and just even as a mental exercise, remove the presence from all these bodies, including the body you're using. And you see, oh yeah, it's just the one presence. It's the one presence talking as mom, talking as uncle, talking as John, talking as Andrew. But it's the one presence. The only thing is the ideas and beliefs and concepts you hold about yourself create your reality that you're seeing, because it's running this thought process, this script over everything, and giving it the flavor of how John is seeing it, rather than it's just a seeing, just a happening.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We spend our whole time trying to figure out what's going to happen. Like if I did cross the street and face that guy, or just didn't think about it, you still don't know really what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And even if you think you know you're going to punch him in the face or something, he might go the other way and duck or whatever. You might never get to punch him in the face. You never know what's going to happen. Right?
Indeed. Or he might come over and say, you know what, I was a real jerk last time we saw each other. I'm sorry. And you're all ready to hit him in the face, and he's coming over to say,
I've had that happen to me where somebody who had knocked me unconscious once years ago. You know, I wasn't the type of person to really hold it against him, but I was, you know, I always wondered, you know, does he still hate me or whatever? And eventually, years later, he came up and apologized to me for it. It was like,
well, and that's what Maharaj talks about. You have tremendous power, but you're spending so much of that power and so much of that energy running the script over the world that is absolutely illusory, rather than remaining with your selfless self and allowing everything to just come in, knowing that it's projected on your spontaneous presence and it's absolutely illusion. There's no need to run a script. I think we talked about a while ago about the mind sits there, you try to believe in, because you're terrified. I don't know what's going to happen. So you give it to mind, and mind creates this Hollywood story of what's going to happen. So then there's a sense of peace and ease. Oh, okay, I know what's going to happen today. You absolutely don't, but the mind is, you're believing this story that's going to happen today. But see, then the very funny thing is when the reality is actually occurring, you're looking at it through the eyes of what you believe should be happening in order for you to have a happy day. And in reality, then you're punishing your peace by expecting something to happen the way you wanted it to happen, rather than allowing it to occur spontaneously and responding to it. As Andrew was saying, how do you make the decisions? Responding in the moment. And that's, again, the water scenario of I pick up the water, I drink and I put it down, and everything is like that. That's the only doership in the moment. I pick up the water, I drink it, I put it down. That's it. There's no egoic sense of self that needs to be created, that needs to talk about the water or comment on the water or say, you know, Aquafina, next time we should get Deer Park or something like this. All this is not needed. There's no need to run a script. And partially that's because fear is felt. Fear that I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. Now think about that, because that's that kind of, the egoic sense of self will kind of fight this. That's the tenants that are leaving the building through mantra, is that, oh my God, you know what? I'm in this state where I'm not thinking. and I don't know exactly what's going to happen next, and there's fear. And then the fear is, wow, maybe I should stop this mantra, because if I lose my mind completely, then what am I going to do? And all of the I am somebody else and all of the fantasy world created through mental constructs begins. That's why also this very beautiful, now as you're doing mantra, if you have a little depression or a little sadness, remember what Master says. This is a 5-element body, and different impressions can come, different disturbances can happen in the 5-elemental body. So there could be a feeling of depression, there could be a feeling of sadness, there could be a feeling of something, but there doesn't need to be a story created, because remember, it's a disturbance in the 5-elemental body. I remain with myself, the self. This disturbance is quickly passing, because I didn't ask myself, ooh, maybe I should stop doing mantra. Maybe I'm doing a little bit too much bhajan. I'm starting to feel a little bit depressed. I don't want to ruin the excellent spiritual feeling I just had, so I'm going to tweak it a little bit. No, because it's just a happening. The 5-elemental body is experiencing something, and it's not you. That's why when you know yourself in a real sense, you know that the formlessness cannot feel depression, cannot, how? There's nothing. It's just depression is passing, like Maharaj talks about. If you're the sky and there's black clouds coming, okay, black clouds are coming. The sky doesn't say, whoa, I better stop being the sky and go run away. No, they're just coming and going on your presence. And when you don't provide the I am somebody else experiencing something, and why is this happening, and all of that, and you remain with your selfless self, then these disturbances in the 5 elements that may be being felt through body, you know that you're the feeler and not the feeling. The feeling is appearing on your spontaneous presence, and you, the selfless self, are providing the feeler to feel these feelings.